We start out this week's show by talking about famous firsts.
Also, Mike Meyers drops by. Not the famous one, but he will be reading the famous one's lines.
And then we have a wonderful segment where Danny Stratton, our resident film critic, reviews a movie for us.
After that, we're joined by magician Erik Tait.
Then we have an episode of our friend Mindy Popcorn's show, Snackin' with Popcorn.
And also, I drink tea for the first time.
But before all that, let's hear our theme song. Hit it!
We have a podcast theme song, and this is how it goes. We have a podcast theme song, now you know.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of The Fun Parade, a new age in audio hilarity.
Welcome!
I'm Andy.
And I'm Danny.
And we're the hosts of the program that you're listening to. And this is the very first episode. Can you believe it?
I can't.
The first one!
It's amazing.
Of all the thousands we're going to do.
I know. We've already contractually been obligated to do 1,000.
I'm really regretting signing that document.
I am too.
But we thought it would be fun to start out this episode by talking about some other famous firsts. First person to play golf.
First person to play golf.
Do you know who it is?
Me?
No, you are not the first person to play golf.
Oh, shoot.
I know it felt like it while you were on the golf course.
Yeah, I did. Because I was so bad.
You're like, I must be the first.
Yeah.
And even though there were other people who appeared to be golfing at the time, you might have thought...
I thought they were just watching and seeing what I did.
Right,
and
they're
then picking up.
mimicking you.
Yeah, like, oh, he seems to be doing all right.
In fact, the first golfer in the world ever, Neil Armstrong.
Wow, Neil
Did
Armstrong.
you hear about how he golfed on the moon?
That was the first time
That
anybody...
was the first time anyone picked up a golf club.
Wow.
NASA designed golf clubs. They had a day at NASA where they're like, we need to invent a game.
Uh-huh.
NASA was founded on this premise. I don't know if you knew that, but
I didn't know this.
The government started NASA to develop games during the Depression to sort of lift the spirits of all the people. And then they sort of put that off for a while. They started designing rockets and
stuff that
crazy
people didn't care about.
And then they were like, wait a minute, this is a perfect opportunity.
We got this golf program.
We have the golf program.
Yeah.
But they had to invent the golf program first.
Yeah.
So they invented golf. They taught it to Neil Armstrong.
Uh-huh.
They said, all right, now before you take any putts...
Well, they put him through, like, rigorous training, and they were like, let's make sure that he's able to golf once he gets up there. Because being an astronaut, that's easy. Right. Easy peasy. Yeah. Who couldn't be an astronaut?
Exactly.
You just gotta sit there and wait for it to get there.
Yeah, you gotta be like, okay, go in the rocket and wait for the moon to happen.
But to be able to read a green on the moon...
You gotta read that green.
Yeah.
You gotta know where to put your tee.
Uh-huh. That's actually why they sent other people with him, because he needed a caddy.
Right. That was the other guy? Because who remembers that guy's name?
The caddy? I don't remember caddy.
The caddy of the first space mission.
Uh-huh.
But at space camp, most of what they do is learn how to golf.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some other famous firsts.
Yes, other famous firsts, Andy.
Okay.
First woman to play golf on the moon.
On the moon or on the terrain?
Well, anywhere, really.
Anywhere. So that suggests that the first time was on the moon.
Okay, well, it was.
Okay, so first woman to play golf on the moon.
Uh-huh.
And also to play golf ever.
Yeah, and she was part of the NASA space program. I don't know if you know this. Stop me if you know this.
Yep.
But it was Harriet Tubman.
I'm not stopping you because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman.
First woman golf player.
First woman golf player.
Trained by NASA.
Trained by NASA to play golf. Went to the moon.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman.
Other famous firsts.
Other famous firsts.
I got one for you.
Oh, you got one for me. Good.
First camera.
First camera?
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. First camera.
There was a first camera.
That's
it came before all the other cameras.
That is true, Andy. Now that I think about it, there had to be a first camera.
There was also...
What also was
I don't know if you knew about this. There was a first table.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Someone had to eat.
Somebody had to eat, Andy.
Someone needed a place to write down
What am I going to eat off
lists.
of? The floor?
Well, that's
like
what
a schmuck?
That's what the bunch of schmucks roaming the land before tables came
like a
around.
schmo?
And then there was a first table. So now we have tables.
I think our forefathers.
Our fourth fathers?
Our forefathers.
Not our first fathers.
Not our first or second
Listen,
or
Danny,
third.
we're talking about firsts, not fourths today.
I'll bring it up later.
Wait till episode 4.
I'll bring it up then.
Then we're going to talk about our fourth fathers.
Uh-huh. Then I can thank them.
Thank our fourth fathers when we talk about famous fourths.
For I have sinned.
What was the first fathers? Since we're talking about first.
The first fathers. Well, who's the first father? Oh, Harriet Tubman.
Oh, I thought you were going to say God, but Harriet Tubman.
Well, I like to think Harriet Tubman is God, Andy.
Okay, I think that'll do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on our first episode of this wonderful podcast. We hope that you enjoy the rest of the episode as much as you've enjoyed this part. So enjoy.
Enjoy.
We'll see you on the flip side. Danny, are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
We have, for the listeners now,
What do we have, Andy?
brand new segment where we have a very famous man in the studios.
I love famous people.
Mike Meyers himself.
Yes, Austin Powers.
Star of Austin Powers.
Oh, man, I love
several other movies.
I love those other ones.
And more.
And more. I love more.
And we thought we had him in the studio.
Yeah.
But then this guy walked
Yeah,
in.
who the hell is this guy?
His name's Mike Myers. So we thought we would we are already paying him an ungodly amount of money. The contracts are signed.
They are.
So,
we have very bad representation.
yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
No.
But this guy, whoever he is, he's going to be reading some classic Mike Myers lines. You guys are going to enjoy this so much. Stay tuned, because after the break, we're going to hear this Mike Myers deliver a classic line from the movie Austin Powers.
Groovy, baby. Do I make you horny? Do I make you horny? Oh, behave. $1,000,000.
Thanks for doing that, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Wasn't very good, but
hey, you gave it a college try.
yeah, you came in here and you basically just did what you were told as though you have no self-respect or dignity.
Yeah, and zero talent.
We'll see you next time. All right, welcome to a segment we call Movie Reviews, where we're joined by our resident movie critic, Danny Stratton. Okay, so on this segment where Danny reviews movies, we are going to find out about movies. Some of them are recent, some of them are old classics. They're movies that Danny thinks that we should see, and he tells us his review of them. So what do we have on the docket this time?
Well, the first movie I thought I'd come on and review is the classic Saw.
Oh, Saw. Sure.
Yeah.
Tell us about Saw.
It came out several years ago, but it's one that everybody out there should go and see, because it's amazing. It's an amazing film.
Walk us through what's it about.
The basic synopsis of this movie. It's about a lumberjack and his plight against wood. Mm-hmm. And he goes out into the woods and he just goes to town, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing
wood stuff like chopping down wood. Okay.
So is that why? So it's called Saw?
Yeah, because he's Saw. Yeah, because where else would the name come from? But anyway, he's out there in the woods and he has to build a cabin for his kids. Because his kids don't have a cabin yet.
Okay.
And they need a cabin because they're kids.
Right.
And he chops down a bunch of trees, and it's all about him like making this house for his kids because they're sickly. And
but it's a pretty
poor.
Gruesome movie, though, right?
Oh no,
that's what I've.
It's very wholesome and family friendly.
So it's not. I've heard that it's violent.
No, not at all. There's no violence. There's not a drop of blood.
We're talking about Saw, the movie Saw.
The movie Saw about the lumberjack.
About the lumberjack who built a house for his kids.
Cabin, but yeah.
You've seen the movie, right? You've actually taken the time to watch Saw?
Well, I mean, not exactly.
You haven't seen the movie?
No.
But you're recommending that everyone sees it?
Look, I didn't have time.
You're a movie critic.
Yeah.
I let you pick the movie that you were going to review.
Look, I picked a good one.
You don't know if it's good. You've never seen it.
That's true, but, I mean, word of mouth.
All right. Get out of here. Next time, we're going to do this again next time.
All right.
Watch the movie, though.
Okay.
Don't come on here with this nonsense where you haven't actually seen the
All
movie.
right, next time I will see the movie.
Okay, listeners, come back next time we do this, and then you'll get a legitimate movie review from our resident movie critic, Danny Stratton. We're here with a very special guest this time. Do you know who this guest is, Danny?
Well, I'm looking at him, but just by looking at him, I can't tell his name.
Wow, well...
It's my fault. I didn't wear my name tag.
Oh, you... Anyhow, we have an amazing illusionist here in the studio with us. He's an accomplished illusionist. He's done illusions all over this world. His name is Erik the Illusionist. Welcome, Erik.
Welcome, Erik.
Thank you very much for having me. This is fantastic. You guys have given me star treatment. I can't believe you guys had Dasani bottled water in your green room.
Yeah, we're not even sponsored by them, so we're very nice. Anyhow, we're here with Erik, and he's in town for just a couple days, is what I understand.
Just a couple days.
And you're in town to do what exactly?
I am in town to perform at that Baptist church that's over on Neal Avenue.
Ah, what's the name of it?
The Baptist church over on Neal Avenue.
Yeah, but what's its name?
The Baptist church on Neal Avenue.
So you're saying it doesn't have a name?
No, if you drive by, it has a sign outside that says the Baptist church on Neal Avenue.
Well, I refuse to believe it, but we'll go with it.
I'm going to be in the basement there.
Oh, how do you get down there?
Well, you go down a pair of stairs.
A pair of stairs.
Oh, not just one stair.
That's an amazing setup they got there.
Yeah, you know, it's a little tough loading my stuff in. I like to normally just sort of go right into wherever I'm performing. But you know what? They're a nice group of people, and so I thought, cut pair of stairs, not a deal breaker.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And so what's the reason that you're doing this show for these nice people?
I have no idea. I called up my agent, and he said, Erik, you're performing at a Baptist church on Neal Avenue. You need to go there tomorrow.
Well, that is really something.
It sounds like our agent, huh, Andy?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyhow, later on in the program, Erik's going to do an amazing illusion for us. It's really going to stun you people at home. And next week, we're going to talk to the audience at his show just to see if they thought it was interesting.
Hi, I'm Mindy Popcorn, and this is Snacking with Popcorn. This time on Snacking, we'll learn how to make a glorious snack that the sweet baby Jesus would love, and it's sure to get you through dark times. Have you ever been mowing the lawn and you run over your toe? What a bother! But as you're getting ready to go to the hospital, 'cause you're responsible, you realize, oh man, I'm so hungry. Well, if that's the case, I've got the perfect snack for you, spamograms. To make a spamagram, make sure you've got the secret ingredient, Spam. First, crack open that Spam can and let it slip on slide on into a bowl. But if you have to, you can use a cup or the floor. You're probably gonna use those 'cause you're a little lazy if you're like me. Next, you're gonna grab a fork and mash that Spam into a paste. But if you're like me, you'll use your hands, because who has time for a fork, you silly gooses? To complete this gourmet delight, you'll need the other secret ingredient, spamograms, Teddygrams. Grab a fistful of those naughty little cracker bears and force them into your Spam paste. Mmm, delicious. Once they're all in there, just start eating with your hands, because who can resist the bewitching allure of a Spamagram? I know I can't, and neither can Hawaiians. They love Spam. That's all for this time, but remember, when you need a snack, look no further than Mindy Popcorn.
All right, welcome back to the program. If you remember from earlier, a good friend of the show, Erik Tait, is on to do some astounding illusions. Are you ready for this, Danny?
I am ready. Are you ready, Andy?
I am so ready, and I think our listeners are really going to respond positively to the amazing magic that's about to go on in our very studio. Welcome, Erik.
Hi, guys. It's great to be here. It's
All right.
just fantastic.
Do a trick now.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Watch this.
Okay.
Yay. Magic.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ta-da!
Okay, so for the listener, all the cards disappeared 3 times, then they came back, then they levitated. But I mean, it was good.
Yeah, like you're a magician, so like I kind of had an idea where it was going.
Yeah, I mean, like, fine. Oh, it's a magician. What's gonna happen? Something's gonna disappear.
Of course, he's gonna make it
Something's
disappear.
gonna
Then it's gonna reappear.
Yeah, it's the kind of standard stuff.
You're gonna levitate at one point.
Is that the best you got?
Really?
All right, hang on. You ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, now there's some
Right.
fire.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a bird.
Of course, there's a bird. There's always a bird.
Oh, now he's a bird. That's something. That was better than the card thing. I like when people turn to birds in magic shows, but
I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen a magician turn into a bird.
yeah, I know.
It's kind of wearing thin on me.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, fine, but that
Yeah.
whatever. So, listeners, it was fine, but
Yeah.
I mean, go see his show.
Go see this
Obviously,
bird
go
show.
see his show. But all right, thanks, Eric.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a bird. We remember.
We
Yeah,
remember
fine,
you're
fine,
a bird.
fine.
We know.
All right, audience.
Stop shitting on the floor.
Magic's over. Come back next time.
Yeah.
And now for the final segment on the podcast, we have a segment we call Drinking Hot Drinks with Danny, where Danny drinks hot drinks for the first time. Let's see how poorly this goes. Synchronization wasn't great with me, but that's fine. So this is a segment where Danny drinks hot drinks
I am Danny.
that I prepare for him. And this all started because last week I offered Danny some hot tea when he came over, and then he told me that he had never had tea nor any hot drink ever before.
That is correct. It checks out.
And now, here on the podcast, I will be introducing you to hot drinks for the
Yay!
first time ever. And so today we're going to start with a classic hot drink,
Classic.
and that is tea. Do you have any experience with a tea bag?
Oh God.
I have one here.
Yeah. No, I would
Take a look
say.
at that.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's I don't like the looks of this. I mean, it's like half filled with what is
Tea. That's tea.
It's literally called
Well,
tea.
it's tea. Okay. So
What's
do
it called when it's not in water?
Right.
Yeah.
So, do you know where that part comes from? Before it's introduced to water, do you know, like...
I know it came out of that bag that you just
It
opened.
did come out of the bag, you're right. But do you, like, in the wild, like in nature,
Yeah.
do you have any idea what that starts as?
I'm gonna guess a tree.
No, I don't think it's a tree. It's a plant, for sure.
Okay.
But they're leaves.
Okay.
And so black tea is fermented tea leaves. There's a tea plant. So a lot of people think that chamomile is a type of tea, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's an herbal infusion. Maybe I'll give you an herbal infusion one of these days.
Throwing out a lot of big words there, Andy.
But yeah, so tea is just leaves
Yeah.
that come from this very specific type of plant, and there's caffeine in them. And the caffeine is particularly pronounced when you ferment it and make black tea.
Okay.
And so, actually, you associate... What part of the world do you associate, personally?
South
with tea?
America.
South America.
Is that wrong? I'm thinking like that's 100% what
Well-
first thing came to mind. I'm thinking, okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking jungles, and I'm thinking people whacking at a leaf
Oh, my God.
with some type of machete.
So here's what's funny. I had at least 4 things in mind that you could have said, and I was like, I could go in any direction depending on which of these he chooses. And when you said South America, they have tea in South America,
Yeah.
but definitely not one of the places I was thinking of.
Really?
So there's like China.
Okay.
You heard the expression, all the tea in China?
I have.
There you go.
I never associated that before.
Japan, so like jasmine tea, those types of green teas are popular in both Japan and China. India,
Oh.
tea drinkers there.
Oh.
In England,
Oh yeah.
tea
yeah.
time, right?
Of course, tea
so
time.
the reason I asked the question
Yeah.
was that I was going to say that black tea is
Yeah.
popular in England
Okay.
because when they would get it from places like India, when they had control over India and they'd have to ship tea all the way back to England, during that time it would ferment and sort of become this kind of black sort of tea. So here's what I think we're going to do next. I'm going to make you some of this tea. And so people out there listening, just hang tight because we're about to come back. And to you, the time difference will be nothing, but time will have elapsed for us. Okay, so here's the magic of radio. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back! So we just made some tea, and Danny already burned himself on the mug.
I didn't realize it'd be so hot.
Yeah, there was boiling water that went in there. So
Yeah.
be careful.
Even now, my hands should not be touching the cup as much as they are. The steam coming off. And
disconcerting.
it is very disconcerting because I could feel it hitting my mouth, the steam, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, it's going to hurt a lot. Oh, no, it burnt my lip.
For the listener, Danny maybe destroyed his mouth just now. I forget that maybe there's a technique to drinking hot drinks.
I'm not aware of this technique.
But he definitely...
I got more
I
on
don't
your
know,
table
he
than in my
spit it-
mouth.
Yeah, he's got it on the table here.
Like, I don't understand how to purse my lips, like, enough to get it in there.
Do you ever eat... No, you've never had soup, have
I've
you?
never had soup
Alright,
either.
So you don't know the...
I don't know hot foods
Any
either.
hot liquid
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I have no real technique for you other than to...
Don't be an idiot.
Yeah, just don't throw it down your throat. I've never seen anyone drink from a mug with quite so much fear.
That's gonna be a lot of what this is. It's just fear for no reason,
All right.
followed by burned.
Well, speaking of
Yeah.
burning fear to come, I think this might conclude this edition.
Just burn my tongue.
Well,
Yep.
better get that healing soon because
Yep.
we got more hot drinks to get through.
Oh, can't wait.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on another
Thank you.
segment of Hot Drinks with Danny. All right, episode 1. We did it. We have an episode. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate having you. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to listen to it again. Keep an eye out for new episodes being posted, as well as bonus material that we plan on releasing as well. So keep an eye out for that. This episode of The Fun Parade was brought to you by non-organic vegetables. Listen, we get that organic sounds really great, and we definitely know why you'd rather have them, but come on, they're expensive. So get non-organic vegetables instead. Thank you to all of our guests who have been on the program, including Erik Tait, Mike Meyers, and Lauren Benkes. Musical assistance this week provided by Lance Allen, Kevin MacLeod, and bensound.com. And now it's time for Final Thoughts with Danny Stratton.
People in glass houses should have bought a different house.
Woman. Whoa, man. Whoa, man. She was a thief. You got to believe. She stole my heart and my cat. Betty, Judy, Josie, and those hot pussy cats. They make me horny. Saturday morning. Girls of cartoons will leave me in ruins. I want to be Betty's Barney.
That's great.
Excellent.